all, welcome back to our YouTube channel Mark Gurukul. Now remember these, we had used this right to do treasure hunt, right, and also to help the children feel the tactile, that is help the children in tactile or this or the feel the touch, right. Now today I just want to show you just 2 or 3, yeah, probably 3 to 4 methods of how to enforce the teaching. That is, like for example, say if you have taught an alphabet A, then how do I allow or I ask the child or I teach the child how to write an A, right? Usually what happens is that old traditional method where I write an A and then give a homework of where the child writes the full page of A, right? So that is the typical method of enforcing or reinforcing by rote learning or just by writing or then memorizing and learning. But then today let's do by playway method. So the first one is, once the child recognizes the alphabet. So the first one is, we need to help the child recognize the alphabet. So wherever the child is able to recognize the alphabet, yes, oh yeah, I just wanted to add, there's a growing debate of teaching the children, whether especially in writing, whether they are supposed to write in the uppercase first or lowercase first, because few people tell we have to start with the uppercase, it is easy for them to do it, and few people tell no, it has to go start with the lowercase, because lowercase is the one which is available, usually lowercase is the one which is seen everywhere, wherever they see the print media, that is the books, newspaper, etc. It is more majoritively in the uppercase, sorry, the lowercase. So there is a growing debate always whether the children should start writing with uppercase or lowercase. So now that's the reason I have usually taught him simultaneously together, at least the recognition, if not the writing, the recognition that this is a big A, and how do we have the small a, this is the small a. So if you look into it, I have all of them, B and a small b, right. So at least recognition, they will know both uppercase and lowercase, uppercase meaning alphabet, I mean capital letters, lowercase meaning the small letters, right. So this is the uppercase and this is the lowercase. So once the child is started recognizing the alphabets properly, then we can start off with something called as the sleeping line, the slanting line, the waves, all right. So all of those, say sleeping line is something like this, right, a line which is sleeping. Standing line is something which is like this. So you can go up to start off with sleeping line and sleeping line, standing line. You can go with slanting line. So that is one. The second one is where I ask the child do tracing. That means, like for example, see, I have drawn an A. I will ask Kairav to trace on it. Kairav, can you trace? How did I do?
Yes.
Can you see what am I doing?
Yes.
So can you trace? Can you trace on it?
Yes.
Trace on it.
Yes.
Don't do it again. Please trace on what I have done. Yeah, so tracing. Now what happens here when the child is tracing is the tactile sense. He is learning through touch. Alright. Now there is another method also of teaching tactile sense. Now I am just showing another alphabet to you. I am not showing A to you, I am showing B. Now this is the sandpaper, which is freely available, right. So I have cut the sandpaper and the rough side of it. See, I don't want to pull it out and show anyways. Okay, this is the softer side of it, which is not rough, which is little smoother. So what I do is I pick up the rough side of it, right, and try to teach the child tracing. But remember, I am telling it again to you, please remember, whenever you are asking the children to do on sandpaper, always have some water around. Let the child touch his finger in water and then do the tracing. Why? Because this is quite rough and children's skin will be very sensitive and delicate. So it might be too rough, some sandpapers might be too rough that it might just prick into them, alright. And for them to feel the texture or for them to feel the surface, this is the best method, that once they dip the finger in water and then they do the tracing on letter B, right. So the child will be able to understand that he needs to draw a standing line and then say half a circle or a C or ulta C's, right. So go, go and go. Alright, you can do this by holding the child's hand first and later the child can do it by himself. Kairav, can you just do tracing for us please?
Yes.
Yes, how do you write B? Yes. So now can we do another alphabet? Yeah, can we do this alphabet?
Yes.
How do we trace H?
Like that and like
Touch
that.
the water and dip your finger into the water. Yes. Alright, so this is the second method. If you don't have sandpaper and if you are actually work from home, I mean if you're working from home and if you don't have time to actually cut these up, these sandpaper alphabets, sandpaper numbers are actually freely available, but they are on the costlier side. It is usually used in the Montessori method, right, of helping children learn through touch. Now if you don't have that, then you can go with something like this, which is easily available at home, right? Go for a bigger circumference, right? Is this the circumference? Yes. So bigger circumference of the trace you can go, and then draw, I mean write and ask the child to follow what you have written, or hold the child's finger and yeah, he is a little big now, so he's not gonna allow me to hold his finger. So then you can initially start with this, right? If you don't have, again, if you don't want to waste rice, again I keep telling it to you again, I have a set of rice kept separately only for these activities. I keep reusing the same rice, right? You can replace this with maida, with wheat flour, with any other flour which has been available to you. All purpose flour, maida is all purpose flour again. So you can do this. Now what's the third method? Is writing in the air. That means I use two fingers, I hold two fingers like this and I write something in the air. So can you, okay, I will write it for you. I will write it for you in the air. So you need to guess it. Right? It's a little difficult for the children to write in the air and guess it. I will show you one with Kairav, right? So for this I will need Kairav, you will be seeing Kairav's back and we will do a guessing game. Yeah. So for this, what do? We ask the child to stand straight with his back facing towards us, right? Kairav, stand straight. Yes, right, and probably tighten their clothing up, right? Kairav, I will be writing. You want small letter or capital letters? Capital letters. Fine. So you need to guess the alphabet. Okay. H. Very good.
U.
Guess again.
C.
C. Very good. One more.
Z.
Z. Very good. One more.
Yes.
Last one.
Yes. What's that one?
Guess.
G.
G. Very good. Guessing game. You can try with your children. They will also have fun and you will also have fun. Take turns. Let your child write once on you and you write on them. Alright. So similarly for the tactile, for Kairav's tactile learning, I also made these ones. That is numbers. Now this was actually 0, but I have not cut it properly. 0 meaning there is actually nothing. So to teach him that 0 means nothing, this was very essential. Whenever you're teaching numbers, please remember, start always with 0, don't start with 1. Now why is because when you start with 1 to 9, what do you tell, what comes after 9? After 9 you have to again increase or teach them, right? 10. Now usually what do we tell in 10? 10 is what? 1 and 0. Now the child will wonder what is 0, because he has never learnt what a 0 is. We have started from 1. So usually start with 0 and then 0 to 9, and the combination of 0 to 9 is all other numbers, right? So start with 0, 0 meaning nothing, and then I have cards like this, 1. So there is a one object, right? So count and trace. How many? 2. So he will trace, sorry, again dip the finger in water whenever there is sandpaper. Yeah, dip the finger in water and then trace on the number, right?
Dip the water and give, yeah.
Okay.
And I will do 0 also.
So I have made things like that, 4 and then count and then trace 4, 5 and so on. So I have made till 9 probably. Alright, so 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I have made 10 also. So what do we teach? What is 10? A combination of 1 to 9. So 1 and 0. 1 and 0 is 10. Right? Of course, not the objects, but then how do we write it? It is 1 and 0 is 10. Right? So this is how it is. So tracing, helping children with tracing in air, tracing on their back, using sandpaper. You can trace them on sand. Yeah, I always keep telling, please utilize sand if you have available, or if it is available somewhere near your house. Right, you can sterilize it and use it. So sand, rice, floors, then sandpapers, tracing in the air, tracing on their back. So then it will reinforce their knowledge about how to write it, and then you can go on to writing. Please make sure, I always suggest that writing should be the activity, the last activity. Before that, we must make sure that the child is aware about what he is learning. That means his fine motor skills, his graphomotor skills, his thinking ability, his recognition, his memory, all of these has to be all of these has to be acquired before he starts writing. Alright, so thank you. I hope you will try these methods for reinforcing alphabet learning and number learning in children. I will come back with a few other videos for you. Again, remember, this is Montessori inspired activities, not exactly the Montessori ones, because the Montessori ones are equipments are I mean, it's called as the didactic apparatus. Now I don't want to use a lot of technical terms. You might get you might start wondering what are these, right? So a lot of these didactic apparatus have been made with a lot of research and a lot of precision, but then what you are seeing is just a modified version of what we can do at home, right? Thank you. If you do like this video, please do like, share and subscribe to Ma Gurukul.